Because what most people don't realize is that the biggest mistakes don't happen on the ship. They happen before you even book, and those mistakes can quietly cost you hundreds of dollars, waste hours of your time, and lock you into a trip you can't fix later. But if you follow the exact system experienced cruisers use in the right order, you'll book faster, cheaper, and smarter, without any of the usual stress. So before you book anything, go through this checklist with me. Phase 1. Clarity before booking. Step 1. Decide your real goal for this cruise before you even look at ships. You need to answer one simple question. What do you actually want from this trip? Relaxation? Adventure? Food? Family time? Because here's the mistake people make. They book based on price or hype, not purpose. And then they end up on a party ship when they wanted peace, or a quiet itinerary when they wanted excitement. If you skip this step, you don't just risk disappointment, you lock yourself into the wrong experience entirely. Pro tip, think in one sentence, this cruise is for. If you can't finish that sentence clearly, you're not ready to book yet. Step 2. Choose the right cruise length. A 3-day cruise and a 7-day cruise are completely different experiences. Short cruises are faster, louder, more crowded. Longer cruises are calmer, more structured, and usually better value per day. People often book short cruises thinking they're saving money. But they end up paying more per day, rushing everything, and feeling like the trip ended before it even started. If this is your first cruise, anything under 5 days can feel chaotic. Pro tip, look at cost per night, not total price. That's where the real value shows up. Phase 2. Picking the right cruise line and ship. Step 3. Match the cruise line to your personality. Not all cruise lines are the same. Some are designed for families and high energy. Others focus on quiet, luxury, and space. If you skip this, you might end up surrounded by crowds, noise, or the exact opposite of what you enjoy. That's not something you can fix once you're on board. Pro tip, look at onboard photos and videos, not just descriptions. Pay attention to the crowd, not the marketing. Step 4. Check the ship, not just the itinerary. Most people focus on destinations. Experienced cruisers focus on the ship itself, because you'll spend most of your time on board. 2 ships going to the same place can feel completely different. One might be modern and efficient. The other might feel outdated and crowded. If you skip this, you risk spending your vacation waiting in lines, fighting for space, or missing out on better experiences. Pro tip, search the ship name plus the reviews and look specifically for complaints about crowds, food quality, and layout. Phase 3. Timing and pricing strategy. Step 5. Book at the right time. Cruise pricing isn't random. It moves in patterns. Book too early, and you might overpay. Book too late, and you lose cabin choice and flexibility. The sweet spot is usually several months in advance, but it depends on the season and destination. If you ignore this, you either pay more or settle for what's left. Pro tip, after booking, keep checking prices. If the price drops, some cruise lines will adjust your fare or give onboard credit. Step 6. Understand what the price actually includes. This is where most people get tricked. The price you see is not the final price. Taxes, gratuities, drinks, Wi-Fi, specialty dining, they add up fast. A cheaper cruise can quickly become expensive. If you skip this step, you'll feel like you're constantly being charged on board. Pro tip, estimate your full trip cost before booking. Add at least 20-30% on top of the base fare for extras. Phase 4. Cabin selection strategy. Step 7. Choose the right cabin type inside. Ocean view, balcony, suite. Each one changes your experience. People often choose the cheapest option and regret it. An inside cabin can feel tight and dark, especially on longer trips. But a balcony might not be worth it if you're rarely in your room. If you skip thinking this through, you either overspend or feel uncomfortable for days. Pro tip, for first-time cruisers, a mid-level option like Ocean View often gives the best balance. Step 8. Pick the right cabin location. This is one of the most overlooked steps. Where your cabin is matters more than people think. Too close to elevators, noise, under a pool deck? No. Early morning dragging chairs. At the front or back? More motion. If you ignore this, your sleep and comfort take a hit every single day. Pro tip, midship and on a lower to middle deck is usually the most stable and quiet. Phase 5. Pre-boarding preparation. Step 9. Complete online check-in early. This sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. Early check-in gives you better boarding times. That means shorter lines and faster access to the ship. If you delay this, you could end up waiting hours just to get on board. Well, pro tip, set a reminder for the exact day check-in opens. The best time slots go fast. Step 10. Plan your embarkation day strategy. Most people show up without a plan. That's why they waste the first few hours of their cruise in lines, confusion, and crowds. Know when you're arriving. Know what you'll do first. If you skip this, your trip starts with stress instead of excitement. Pro tip, bring a small carry-on with essentials. Your main luggage may not arrive for several hours. Phase 6. Onboard optimization. Step 11. Book key activities immediately once you're on board. Things fill up fast. Shows, dining excursions, the best times disappear within hours. If you wait, you'll be stuck with leftovers. Pro tip, as soon as you connect to the ship's Wi-Fi, open the app and reserve everything important. Step 12, avoid peak time. Crowds cruise ships run on patterns. Buffets get crowded at certain times. Pools fill up quickly. Elevators become slow and packed. If you follow the crowd, you'll spend your vacation waiting. Pro tip, shift your schedule slightly earlier or later than peak times. Even 30 minutes makes a big difference. Phase 7. Smart spending on board. Step 13. Control onboard spending. Everything is designed to encourage spending. Drinks, photos, shopping, upgrades. It's easy to lose track. If you're not careful, your final bill can surprise you. Pro tip, check your onboard account daily. Small charges are easier to manage than a big shock at the end. Step 14. Know what's actually worth paying for. Not every upgrade is valuable. Some are worth it, some are not. If you blindly upgrade everything, you waste money. Pro tip, prioritize experiences over extras. A great excursion is usually more memorable than a premium dessert. Phase 8. Traps to avoid. Step 15. Don't ignore the fine print. Cancellation policies, refund rules, and restrictions matter. If something changes, this determines whether you lose money. Skipping this step is one of the most expensive mistakes. Step 16. Don't overpack your schedule. Trying to do everything leads to exhaustion. Cruises are about balance. If you rush from one activity to another, you miss the point of the experience. Step 17. Don't assume everything is included. This is the biggest misconception. Just because you're on a cruise doesn't mean everything is free. Always double-check before you commit to anything on board, and that's your full system. If you follow these phases in order, you don't just book a cruise, you control the experience before it even begins. Now I'm curious. What's the one mistake you almost made before watching this? Or if you've cruised before, what's something you wish you knew earlier?